Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Moore. We begin with a new allegation of sexual harassment against Andrew Cuomo. A young woman who worked for him is now telling her story, and tonight the governor is responding. CBS 2's Cory James live at the governor's Manhattan office with details. Cory.
And Jessica, the second accuser is quoted in the New York Times describing what she says was, quote, an unsettling moment that happened last June. And in the report, she reportedly talks about an incident that happened when she was in the governor's office, saying that he asked about her personal life and also questioned if she was interested in sex with older men. A second woman who spoke with the New York Times has come forward claiming Governor Cuomo sexually harassed her when she was an executive assistant and health policy advisor. The article states 25-year-old Charlotte Bennett is alleging Cuomo asked her late last spring, quote, numerous questions about her personal life, including whether she thought age made a difference in romantic relationships, and had said that he was open to relationships with women in their 20s, comments she interpreted as clear overtures to a sexual relationship, end quote. In a statement, the governor said, quote, I never made advances toward Miss Bennett, nor did I ever intend to act in any way that was inappropriate, end quote. He is requesting a, quote, full and thorough outside review. This follows accusations from former top aide Lindsey Boylan, who claims the governor created a culture within his administration where sexual harassment and bullying is so pervasive it is not only condoned but expected. She also alleges that Cuomo kissed her and asked her to play strip poker in 2017, allegations the governor denied. Boylan first made allegations of sexual harassment last December. At that time, personal records surfaced indicating Boylan resigned her state post after she was confronted about harassing several female employees who worked for her. Meantime, a senior advisor says the review will be led by former federal judge Barbara Jones. However, some are saying someone independent needs to name the person. Senate Republican leader Rob Ort adding, quote, the review suggested by someone handpicked by the governor himself is an outrageous, completely unacceptable idea. We need a truly independent investigation, which is why I continue to support the calls of my colleagues for a special prosecutor appointed by the Attorney General. And Governor Cuomo's office says during the review of the special counsel investigation, Bennett was debriefed on the facts, which they say did not include a claim of physical contact or inappropriate sexual contact. They also say Bennett did receive a transfer, receiving a position that she had expressed a long-standing interest in. Now, we reached out to Charlotte Bennett for comment, but so far we have not heard back. Reporting live in Murray Hill, Cory James, CBS 2 News.
All right, Cory, thank you. We have new information tonight on a quadruple stabbing in Brooklyn that left one person dead. Tonight, we are learning the victim who died was a Good Samaritan who actually stepped in to help after witnessing the attack. CBS 2's Kiran Dhillon reports.
This chilling surveillance video appears to show an altercation in Brooklyn between two groups of men quickly escalate. The men appear to face off before lunging at one another. In another surveillance video from across the street, we see bystanders stop to witness the attack. That's when police say 46-year-old Yang Zhang, who's returning from dinner with his family, sees what's happening and runs over to help break up the fight. Instead, he ends up stabbed 4 times in the torso. Zhang appears to stumble back to his family in shock, holding onto his arm before collapsing to the ground. He later dies at the hospital.
It's sad. It's somebody trying to help somebody and they got, stabbed.
Police say the incident started around 9:30 Friday night after a robbery in an illegal gambling den in a basement near 57th Street and 7th Avenue in Sunset Park. The altercation took place after 3 men who were robbed ran onto the street after the suspects and confronted them. In addition to Zhang, 3 of the victims who were robbed in the illegal gambling den were also stabbed in the altercation. Those 3 men are now expected to be okay. Meanwhile, police are now on the search for 3 to 5 male suspects. Members of the community say they're touched by Zhang's bravery and how he was trying to help. They're saddened to hear of his passing.
That's super upsetting. It's a shame that happened.
Neighbors say they're now sending their prayers to his family. In Sunset Park, Brooklyn, Kiran Dhillon, CBS 2 News.